Well, folks, we're here at Advancing Preconstruction in Denver, Colorado. First guest up is Mike. Mike, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Really good to have you
here.
Yeah. Well, so Mike, Precon Tech, they're all setting up the booths right now, so they've kind of got a little bit of an easy day. So we're going to grab as many as we can over the next probably 4 or 5 hours. But Mike's first up. Mike, do you want to tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the co-founder of BuildVision. We are a procurement network that connects contractors directly to manufacturers to help them procure strategic pieces of equipment for job sites. So think of generators, switchgears, air handling units. And our end vision is to have every component that goes into a construction site sourced, financed, procured, tracked all through our platform.
Brilliant. Yeah, BuildVision, I've been following you guys for a while now. This was the perfect time to get you on the podcast. We've got some exciting news. We'll probably delve into that later on. But give us a little bit about your journey first and foremost.
Yeah.
Obviously, you come from a construction background through your parents.
Yeah, absolutely. So my first time on a job site, I was 12 years old. And I remember going to Walmart to pick up my steel toe boots, and my dad made me scuff them up before I went on the job site because he didn't want me to get picked on. So from 12 to, until I was 18, I was on job sites helping my dad. He works for Kone, a large elevator contractor. Then went to school as a mechanical engineer. Went to work in a mechanical subcontractor, loved every second of it. And then after college, went to go work at Turner and really had this foundational moment of construction is the best industry in the world because it's the most impactful. Every super you talk to, every project manager is so proud of what they do that they'll point the buildings out to you and they'll go, hey, I helped on the Denver Stadium. And it's an amazing industry.
It is. Yeah. And you change lives. You touch every other market as well. Yeah. People don't appreciate it, and that's why we need to get more people into construction. Yeah. Let's talk as well about that kind of transition from Turner into Precon Tech.
Yeah.
What was the thought process behind that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was at Turner, we were using a ton of different tech solutions and really thought and saw the opportunity to have more of an impact by getting involved in tech. So I joined early on at an early stage tech company as a founding engineer or founding account executive and just made my way up. We got acquired by Autodesk and continually ran sales team. And during that time, all the customers I was talking to were asking for ways to solve this problem that we're solving for. Because one of the unique things that Turner offers when I was there is Turner is one of the only general contractors that really pushes pre-purchasing of equipment at the GC level. So they're able to go out, leverage their buying power, go talk to manufacturers directly, and then drop ship these components directly to subcontractors on projects and create a really good revenue stream from that. So our goal with BuildVision is to really scale that for the industry. Go out and buy massive amounts of equipment, create visibility across the entire supply chain so you know where the switchgear is, you know where the generator is, you know where the air handling is, and make sure that right equipment comes to the job site at the right time.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. So they're basically generating revenue from procurement.
Yeah.
Turner. Is that common?
No. Yeah. So a lot of owners are starting to do this. So you'll see this with the Amazons of the world or the Googles of the world where they'll go buy $400 million of switchgear for data center projects. But Turner really led the edge on that, and now a lot of general contractors are coming up and trying to build out their own program internally.
Yeah, we were talking before as well. I'm seeing a lot more developers and clients direct purchasing. Yeah. Obviously, BuildVision, that'll be a market you'll get.
Yeah, our goal is just to help digitize that entire process. It's still in an industry where everything's paper. You get a quote for a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment, and it comes on a PDF that they send you. And there's no lead times, there's no cost certainty. There's no idea if that's the right piece of equipment for the job. Engineers struggle with ensuring that components are selected correctly because they're overworked with all the things that they're doing on the design side. We just want to really just push through all that minutia and make a clear process to figure out how every, what we're calling component, goes into a job site.
So what's been the biggest challenges early on for BuildVision? What are the hurdles that you've got over?
Yeah, the biggest challenges really are about creating this new transaction. 90% of projects right now, a local subcontractor and a local manufacturer rep will buy the equipment for the project. That really leads to a lot of challenges. One being that the end owner or the executive doesn't have insight into what's being installed, and manufacturers don't have insight in leveraging relationships on a larger scale. So with our platform, our goal is to really bring that visibility across the board. And that initial hurdle of getting over this old way of hey, for 40 years I've done this, my best buddy's a manufacturer's rep that takes me to France every summer, and we want to kind of break that mold.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Getting
the
the
fun
construction
part.
industry to
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
is not easy. But I mean, there's been, as you say, Building Connected, you've got Autodesk, there's loads of single point solutions now that is changing the way we think about it. And they're being more receptive. Are you seeing that when you go and speak to GCs? Are they more receptive? Do you see their kind of tech stack building?
Yeah, tech stacks are definitely building. We're leveraging a lot of different APIs to aggregate information, and our goal is to make it as easy as possible for general contractors and manufacturers. So we have tools we're using an AI tool that goes and scrapes documents, for example, and aggregates all the mechanical electrical schedules in a document and instantaneously gives them that report to say, hey, on the next 30 projects, Train is the base of design. On 25 of them, you should go talk to Train for those other 5 projects to get better pricing, more capacity, and more information about the equipment. And then on the manufacturer side, we're starting to normalize all the product data. So if a Daikin air conditioning unit is what's spec'd, we have the ability to give all the competitive spec'd equipment as well and say, hey, Train can provide this unit, Carrier can provide this unit, York can provide this unit, and what that allows us to do is to create a competitive market. Right now, the market is very swayed, where like if a generator comes off the line for $1 million, the owner ends up paying like $1.5 to $2 million because everyone's got their hand in the cookie jar. And in reality, we should be able to go in, create a marketplace where there's competitiveness, and think of like looking at a high level of hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment buys. How do we reduce that markup? Not saying that markup's zero, but it's probably not 50%. And those manufacturers, those OEMs, are probably willing to bite at a lower markup, and we need to figure out that market normal. And that's one of our main goals we're trying to solve for.
Wow, time, quality, and money you're saving people.
Yeah.
And is it all procurement teams, or do you see the mid GCs, this kind of responsibility being left with pre-construction and estimating teams?
So right now we're focusing on the top 100 general contractors to build capacity. They're the ones that are working on multiple projects across multiple regions. In the future, we're going to create different like buying groups to allow smaller GCs, smaller contractors to leverage our platform as well. So let's say you're doing one project in Denver this quarter. Well, you can leverage our network to get buying power at a larger scale to go to that manufacturer and group buy with another GC that's looking for the same type of unit.
Amazing, brilliant. And how's the sales going? Any?
It's good. It's good so far. We've got some really good early partners. One of our design partners is Dave Hamilton at StructureTone. He's been a super advocate of us. I met him back in my Building Connected days. So he's been a really strong partner and gotten us to a really good spot so far.
Brilliant. And of course, you're at that spot now. Can we announce the seed round?
Yeah.
So tell us about the good news.
Yeah, so as of today, we officially are announcing our seed round. We raised $3 million, led by Crosslink Capital. Gabby is joining our board, which we're super excited about. One of the really unique things about the Crosslink team is the Crosslink team was one of the initial investors in Building Connected, so I actually met a lot of the team early on. And our pre-seed round was led by Euclid Ventures, a gentleman named Omar, who was actually the seed round investor at Crosslink back in the day. So it was just like, for our perspective, we partnered with people that knew our space. We can pick up the phone and call them at any time, and just really understood what we're trying to solve for, and we got very, very lucky with those lead partners.
Brilliant. So what's the what are you going to splash the $3 million on? What's the growth plan like?
Yeah.
What's next?
So right now we have 4 full-time employees. We're going to scale that to about 7 by July. And we're really focusing on bringing spend under management into our platform. So right now we're sitting at about $500 million of equipment flowing through the platform. We'll be about $1.5 billion by the end of the year, and it's all about growing that capacity.
Brilliant. What's the challenges of getting the capacity up to 5 billion?
Yeah, the biggest challenge really is just with most things in construction, it's getting people to use the platform. So we're really, really focusing on this idea of like, we want to create profit centers for general contractors and contractors. We want to make sure that the project opens on time because the equipment's not delayed. We want to make sure that the right piece of equipment shows up. So all these little things need to be automated, and that's where we're driving our value and our revenue. So we're not going to come in and charge you $1 million for SaaS. We're going to come in, provide extreme value for you, and we want to share in the profits that you're creating.
Brilliant. Love it.
Yeah.
BuildVision, if we want to know more about it, if there's someone listening to this podcast now and saying, you know what, I want to speak to Mike, I've got this question, I've got various questions, where's the best place to get you?
Yeah, so you can reach me at mike@buildvision.io or on LinkedIn. We officially launched our RFQ product today with an AI tool built in. So if you're also a Autodesk customer, you can use our API to help aggregate a lot of the data for you automatically. So all you have to do is just sign in. Reach out and we can set you up with an account at no cost.
Absolutely brilliant. Mike, I really appreciate it. For everyone listening, in the show notes, both Mike's email address, the BuildVision website, and all your LinkedIn as well. I'll have it on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Yes, thanks for having me.